What's up, y'all? Good morning. Happy freaking Monday, man. Wow. I'm trying to wake up with y'all, too. Trust me. It's Monday, August 25th, y'all. What a weekend in sports, man. What a weekend in sports. There was some really cool tennis news this weekend. But welcome in, ballers. This is Sports with Balls. I am your host, Jeff Michael, your daily adrenaline shot for every sports scenario. Today's lineup is stacked, baby. MLB playoff races, home run and MVP duels. The NFL just wrapped up preseason week 3, and we're jumping into the regular season in just 10 days. College football week 0 shocks. And don't forget, your MLB parlay of the day comes later. But let's start the show like we always do. Today is August the 25th, National Banana Split Day. Day of Shogun Kiss and Makeup Day. That's what I'm talking about. Do I have some of that to do? I may. I mean, shoot, who doesn't? Late summer bank holiday, National Parks and Service Founders Day, National Heroes Day. That's a pretty good one. Secondhand Wardrobe Day. There's some good stuff there. National Whiskey Sour Day. Those are actually not too bad. Summer bank holiday. Yeah, that's it. Whiskey sour and kiss and makeup. Those are the ones that I'm going with. But happy August the 25th. Another week, another show, and one day closer to NFL football. Let's thank a couple of people before we get this show going. Number one, I want to thank Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill. There's 7 area locations in Houston. Get your butt over to Christian's Tailgate. Place is flat out phenomenal. All of your sporting events on all of their televisions. Get over to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Butler CCS, fire, water, mold, roofing, you name it. Get to Butler CCS. This guy, Wes, is incredible, guys. If you had a fire in your house, if you got some flooding, if there's mold in there, he can dry the house out. He does roofing as well. Just call him 713-330-9472. Apollo Hair Restoration, Apollo Image Enhancement Center. Losing your hair sucks, but fixing it shouldn't. Apollo Image Enhancement Center is Houston's #1 hair restoration clinic and home of the Dermagraph hair system, the only immediate solution to hair loss. 45 plus years in business, 5-star service. Call 877-GET-HAIR today for your free scalp evaluation. Fall back in love with your hair. Great business. Ordonez Movers. Let Ordonez Movers do the heavy lifting, whether it's across town or across Texas. Ordonez Movers makes your move smooth, stress-free, and affordable, professional and reliable, and always on time. Local and long distance, licensed and insured, packing and unpacking, you name it. Call them today, 713-373-1659. All right. Let's see. Do we got any breaking news today, man? I almost got duped. It's not almost got duped. I did get duped by Terry McLaurin breaking news yesterday, but I digress. I actually did my fantasy football draft based on that. Let's see. Tommy Fleetwood wins the Tour Championship. That was pretty cool. What was it, 150-something weeks that guy's been trying to do win on tour? Been close, but he finally got his first victory. So congratulations, Tommy Fleetwood. Where else do we got? Oh, I was talking about Chinese Taipei wins the 18th Little League World Series, wins its 18th Little League World Series title, and the first since 1996. They have the second most, the first being the United States. So congratulations, those little boys. Where else do we get? I think that that's pretty much it. There's some U.S. Open stuff I may get into later. I know there was the first female from, was it Taiwan that won? I got to look that up, but that was a pretty emotional stuff. I posted it. Look, go to Sports with Balls on all your social media outlets. It's an incredible place to interact, get your sports news, and yeah, man, get to arguing with other people. That's what you do on social media. All right, let's see. Parlay of the day comes here in a little bit. Division leaders, let's get to MLB. Let's get to the Major League Baseball. Playoffs are coming up right around the corner. We're at the end of August, moving into September, and that means basically playoff baseball is coming up. Your division leaders are the Brewers, 81-50 lead the AL Central, just ahead of the Tigers at 78-54. Phillies pace the NL at 76-54. But man, look, they lost Zach Wheeler, and they're trying to downplay it, or other people are trying to downplay that. That is a huge loss for Philly. I get it; their offense is booming, but man, Zach Wheeler was their ace, is their ace, and he is now out for the year. Man, big break. Wild card heat. The AL backfields look jammed with the Red Sox, Yankees, Mariners, Royals, and Rangers all lurking for a postseason spot, crowding the chase behind Toronto and Detroit. These divisions and wildcard races are tighter than a string on a violin bow. Every late win, August win, or stumble could shift the entire playoffs, guys. It is. I love this. I absolutely love this. I love baseball in September, October, obviously. This is phenomenal stuff right here. I believe the Houston Astros went back up 2 games in their division. The Astros are up 2 games on Seattle. The Texas Rangers, 3 in a row, still back there at 6.5 in the West. There's some series between the Mariners and Astros left. I think there's one. That ought to be fun. That ought to be real fun. The interesting race to me is down in the West, in the NL West, with the Dodgers and Padres locked up both at 74 and 57. This is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. Padres have come on strong lately, and the Dodgers have just not. The Dodgers had a chance to kind of close this out. They have faltered. The Padres have caught them, and it is a race to the finish right there. I don't know if that's going to boot out a couple other teams, probably. I mean, the Mets are there, but, man, they are really slacking lately. They are 69-61. And if you go to the wild card races, especially in the NL, the Mets are down there. They're out. They're the first ones out right now. Cubs are in, Padres are in, Mets are out. And the Cincinnati Reds are a game and a half behind them. And that is pretty much your playoffs right there in the NL. You got the Cubs and Padres that'll probably get in on the wild card. And then you're going to have the Phillies, you're going to have the Brewers, and you're going to have the Dodgers, which I'm down. I mean, who else do you want in? The Reds? I like the Reds, but they're not going to do much. They don't have enough pitching or hitting, really. They're only plus 48 in the differential. Brewers plus 159. Cubs plus 126. I like that. Dodgers, Padres, Brewers, Cubs, and Phillies in the NL. The AL, it's a little bit more interesting. You got Toronto, 5 games up on the Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees in the East. Let's look at the wild card in the AL just for a second, man. Boston and New York are in right now. Seattle's out, and Kansas City's out, and the Rangers are out, and then it gets iffy after that. But I mean, this is a close look. You've got Seattle, who is basically tied for the wild card with the Yankees. I mean, the New York Yankees could be out of the playoffs. Seattle wins 1 game here, New York loses 1 game here, and the Yankees are out. Seattle, or Boston could technically be out, but Boston's been playing great baseball after the All-Star break. This is fun. Red Sox, Yankees, Mariners, Royals, all biting for 2 spots, and it's going to be a blast. You got the Tigers pretty much in. You got Toronto pretty much in. I'm not going to say the Houston Astros pretty much in. I don't know. Now, the Houston Astros get in. We all know that their playoff experience is phenomenal. If their pitching can come around, and I believe the Astros can make another run. We're going to find out. It's going to be fun. I love this part of baseball. I love this time of baseball, and it's only going to get better. Your home run race. Have y'all been paying attention to this? Probably not. because nobody has. And there's a reason for it. Cal Raleigh is the leader of the MLB in home runs, and nobody could give a shit. It's very true. Sorry. It's just not interesting. The home run record or him passing, what is it, Salvador Perez or somebody last night for most home runs by a catcher in a season. It's not celebrated by anybody unless you live in Seattle, man. And this is unfortunate. The guy's a great player, switch hitter. He's probably going to win the home run race. But, if you switch him with Kyle Schwarber, who's behind him at 45, or of course Shohei Ohtani, who's behind him at 45, or Aaron Judge, who has 40, then obviously this is a big deal. It's such a big deal that Aaron Judge remains the AL MVP favorite with minus 200. That's effing insane. That Aaron Judge is the AL favorite after being hurt, and Cal Raleigh, who plays catcher for Seattle, is not even the favorite of the MVP, and he leads the league in home runs. That's crazy to me. That's crazy talk, dude. Like, what? He just broke the single-season home run record for a catcher and now sits on 49, plus consecutive 100 RBI seasons, and he's not the favorite for the AL MVP. Kyle Schwarber, Shohei Ohtani, and Aaron Judge. And I keep hearing Shohei's going to win this thing. I'm like, that's because Shohei's a pitcher as well. It's tight, right? It's a tight race, but why is Aaron Judge the betting favorite to win the AL MVP? That is, that's crazy. Kyle Raleigh said it's just one swing at a time as far as history is concerned. It's not interesting because he's not interesting. That's just the way it is. People want to see Schwarber or especially Ohtani and Judge. Watch Ohtani go on a tear and pass him. And then if Ohtani passes Kyle Raleigh for the home runs league, you won't even know who Kyle Raleigh is. That's how much, advertising and they want another person to kind of take this over. He's just they call him the big dumper because he's got a big ass or something like that. Like, it's just nothing about him is appealing, especially even the city that he plays in. It's not like Major League Baseball is trying to fire up the Seattle Mariners. The Philadelphia Phillies and Kyle Schwarber, way better. Dodgers, Ohtani, Yankees, Judge, all sound better. But we'll see. I hope he wins. I root for the little guy, right? I mean, not that he's little, but y'all get what I'm saying. Let's see. Cal Raleigh, speaking of his odds, he's surging up the board, but he's still not ahead of Aaron Judge. He's at +1. He's plus money to win right now. That's crazy. Judge holds 20 first-place votes. This is midseason. Cal Raleigh not far behind with 13. Let's see. Go Ohtani, I guess. I don't know. I don't care who wins. Does anybody care who wins the home run race or the MVP? No, I didn't think so. That's just for your Hall of Fame stuff, right? I don't think anybody gives a shit. All right, college football week 0 highlights. Iowa State over Kansas, 24-21 in a great game in Dublin. Farmageddon, man. Messy but iconic. It was awesome. What a good way to kick off the NCAA season. You had a UNLV team take down Idaho State 38-31. Good job, Idaho State. I don't know. I forgot what the spread was. What I want to say it was in the 20s. They only lost by 7. So Idaho State covering that spread. And, giving UNLV a nice showdown. So that was awesome. That was awesome. Of course, they hit the over. Kansas, nice, solid opener for KU, beating Fresno State 31-7. Western Kentucky over Sam Houston. They just dominated. It's 41-24. And, of course, I think that hit over. They overhit on that one. And Hawaii and Stanford. Hawaii now 9-0 season openers against the spread. Way to go. I think it was Stanford -2 or -3, but Hawaii covers. Hawaii wins 23-20. Fantastic job. And I'm saying covers and all the gambling stuff because I do have the Bet with Ball show going on. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on not Twitter. Well, I mean, yeah, you can. All social media outlets, actually. And then I do my my parlays of the days, and I do some gambling shows. Just get on there. Just follow Sports with Balls wherever you get a chance. So we'll get into college football here more on Wednesday for the games coming up this weekend, because there are some massive college football games, including number 1 versus number 2. That'll be a blast. And that'll lead us right into NFL in 10 days. So get ready. Going to be a lot of fun. Week 0 also delivered upset surprises, season-setting moments, especially that are international showdown at Iowa State and K-State. College season just now getting cooking. All right, NFL preseason. It's all wrapped up, and all the talk is about the Sanders brothers. Shedeur Sanders stumbled in his final outing, going 3 of 6 for 14 yards, sacked 5 times, and now you just wonder if they're going to cut him. His brother got cut for punching somebody. This is the Sanders family has a lot of things going on. There's a lot of people sticking up for Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback there in Cleveland, saying they shouldn't have put him in that position. They should have given him a better shot to succeed. I've seen videos, guys. Shedeur Sanders not an NFL quarterback. Not in my mind, not yet. These are against non-NFL players that almost all are going to be cut, and he got sacked 5 times. It was hard to watch. I get it. Maybe the offensive linemen weren't thinking. I don't know, man. I just watched it. It didn't look good. It did not look good. Who did look good? Jackson Dart for the Giants. Consistent play, and he has a serious buzz. So much enough that I picked him up in fantasy last night. By the way, I hope you guys had good fantasy football drafts this weekend. I know a lot of people had them this weekend and coming up this next weekend. A lot of fantasy football drafts are going. I hope Terry McLaurin signs somewhere, because I picked him up in 2 of my leagues. Come on, Terry. Get your together. The special teams. Special teams were probably the highlight of the NFL preseason. Special teams work in Jackson Dart. Probably. I was talking about the Ravens and Commanders, but the Commanders got smoked 30-3. Hartman tossed 4 INTs, and like I said, McLaurin's holdout adds drama to Washington. As soon as I heard he wants more money than anybody, and he's not happy with his contract that they're offering him. And if that's the case, that's bad news, because I like you, Terry McLaurin, but you're 30, and I don't know if you should be the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. We'll see. Bills beat the Buccaneers 23-19 in their final preseason game. That's about it. Preseason ends. The NFL regular season blast off next Thursday, September 4th, when the Eagles host the Cowboys at 8:20 p.m. Eastern on NBC and Peacock. That's going to be awesome. We are 10 days away. Get your fantasy football, your NFL bets, get them all in. I'm fired up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows before that, so we'll get it there. The cracks and camp drama are behind us. Now it's real. Regular season starts next week. All the cuts will be done by Tuesday. So very interesting stuff there. Will Shedeur Sanders have a job? His brother already does not. I'm going to say, look, Shedeur Sanders, just the last thing before we move on to the MLB parlay of the day, but the last thing, Shedeur Sanders will eventually get a job somewhere, whether or not he's a scout team quarterback or backup somewhere. He's going to have a couple more opportunities. I don't think the Cleveland Browns are the only one, but he'll make some money as a scout team. But I don't even think I don't think Shedeur Sanders is that guy that wants to be a scout team quarterback, right? I don't think he does at all. I think that he's going to want to start somewhere, and I don't think he's going to want to. What's the league minimum for scout team? Like $350, which is great money for most people, but for Shedeur Sanders with his following and his social media presence, I do not think that that's going to be the deal. So No worries. We'll move on from Shedeur Sanders in the NFL preseason on to bigger and better things. All right, let's get to the time to turn that intel into action. Here is your Sports with Balls parlay of the day. Let's get to the games today. I did great this weekend. I was 3 or 4 yesterday. You guys have got to follow Sports with Balls on all the gambling shows. It's fantastic. Today you got Boston starting a series at Baltimore. And we're not touching that game because Sagano for Baltimore is on the bump, and he's 10-5 with 3.97. So any pitcher that's badass and at home, I really don't want to mess with. Braves start a series at the Marlins. Nah. Rays at the Guardians. Nah. Nationals at the Yankees. Nah, not really, because Lord's pitching 4-6, and that's because the Nationals are terrible. He's 3.46. He's a really good pitcher. Schindler for New York. I don't know. This is a New York minus 240. My goodness. Sorry about that. I got to take maybe something got in my throat. I might take New York. I'm going to put them up there. All right. New York at home, minus 240. That's interesting. Blue Jays at home. Scherzer on the mound. But the problem is he's facing Mr. Ryan from Minnesota, and he is a stud at 12-6 with a 2.96. So I'm really not going to mess with that game. Phillies at the New York Mets. Sanchez versus Singa. That's going to be a good baseball game. Not really messing with that one. Diamondbacks at the Brewers. Give me the Brewers all day long. Brewers are at home. Brewers got Woodruff on the mound, so I'm taking the Brewers for sure. Royals at the White Sox. Kansas City's got Cameron on the mound, 7-5 with a 2.53, facing the terrible Chicago White Sox. I love the Royals as well. Let's go. Pirates and Cardinals are next. Nope, leave it alone. Angels at the Rangers. Padres at the Mariners. Tigers at the A's. Scooball is on the bump. Of course, I'm taking the Tigers. Last but not least, Reds at the Dodgers. Sheehan's on the bump, but Hunter Green for the Reds is having a good season, man. He's 5-3 of the 2. I'm gonna leave that alone. I've got my parlay of the day. Brewers, Royals, Tigers, guys. Brewers, Royals, Tigers. That's my parlay of the day. If you want to throw the Yankees in there, throw the Yankees in there as well, or do them separately. You don't have to do a parlay, but that's my teams today. Brewers at home, Tigers at home. I'm sorry, Tigers on the road, and the Royals are on the road as well. But both those teams are in Chicago. I'm sorry, Tigers are in Oakland. Well, my bad. Vegas A's, the nowhere A's, whatever you want to say. But Scooball's on the bump for Tigers. Give me them. Royals, Cameron on the bump. Give me them. And Brewers, obviously, give me them. That is your teams for today. If you want to take the Yankees, like I said, go right ahead. There was some interesting stuff in tennis that happened over the weekend. The U.S. Open. I had no idea. But I got to find this girl's name. Here it is. She's from Indonesia. Janice 10, TJEN, earns a milestone win for Indonesia, U.S. Open women. First singles win by an Indonesian player in Grand Slam tournament in 22 years, advancing to the second round match in the U.S. Open. It was phenomenal to watch her. It's what sports is all about. It was a great moment. It didn't highlight everything. It's not the NFL, whatever. But I think she's the first woman in Indonesian history to win a match in a major. That was phenomenal to watch. Absolutely unbelievable. Let's thank a couple of people, as always, guys. I want to thank Wes Butler at Butler CCS, fire, water, mold, roofing, you name it. Wes has got you covered, guys. If something happens to your house, just call Wes Butler, 713-334-9472. Ordonez Movers. These guys are unbelievable. Let them do the heavy lifting. 713-3. Oh, let me take this banner off. Sorry about that. 713-373-1659. Let them do the heavy lifting, guys. Whether it's across town or across Texas, they make your moves smooth, stress-free, and affordable, professional, reliable, and always on time. The movers you actually want showing up on your moving day. Local and long distance, licensed and insured, competitive rates. Give them a call, 713-373-1659. And then last but not least, Apollo Image Enhancement Center. Losing your hair sucks, but fixing it shouldn't. Apollo Image Enhancement Center is Houston's #1 hair restoration clinic and home of the Dermagraft hair system, the only immediate solution to hair loss. 45 plus years, 5-star service, just unbelievable place. Call 877-GET-HAIR today for your free scalp evaluation. Fall back in love with your hair. Guys, great week coming up in sports. Even better week. We got a weekend that we are going to absolutely freaking love this. You have got Texas and Ohio coming up this weekend. You've got this weekend. Then you've got the NFL starting on Thursday. Just going to be a fun week, guys. It's only Monday. I tried to get you as much news as I can slammed into this 30-minute show. The MLB races are razor close. Home run and MVP duels are electric. College season dropped. Week 0 fireworks. NFL preseason is done. Regular season on deck. And you're locked in on your parlay. You've just been fueled by Sports with Balls, your morning blast of sports fire. I'll be back on Wednesday at 6 a.m. Keep that coffee strong, your energy high, and your sports blazing with balls. Let's rumble. I'm Jeff Michael. See you.